Just tell me why.
We are rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1658, November 11th, 2025, Veterans Day. 64 degrees on this day 20 years ago, 2005, and it was 1 below on this day in 1986. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Haidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Soucheray.
I'd like to introduce you to a real mayor, a mayor-elect. Kali Her is with us in studio, and you'll pardon my enthusiasm, but you strike me as reasonably sane by DFL standards or DSA standards. You're not a DSA member.
Well, I'm not, but I think what you're saying to me is a compliment, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You're going to learn really quick. Yeah.
No, what strikes me, Kali, is that unexpectedly, I know you've been around politics for a while. You were one of Melvin's policy advisors, and then you're serving in the House. But you seem to have led a real life, and we seem to be surrounded by young people who don't do much except complain about the police or attend gender issue seminars. And you have a home, and you have children, and you pay taxes. And I was even noting that apparently you have a hobby farm.
I do.
Do you have a tractor?
It's too small for a tractor, but I have a tiller, I have four-wheelers, I have, a gator. I have it all because I got to make a small working farm. So.
Do you know how to operate that equipment?
I do, and I even cut wood with my husband, chop wood with my husband. I do all of it.
What's your husband's name?
His name is Kong.
Do you call him King or?
I like to. He accepts it. He enjoys it.
You're Laotian.
I'm Hmong. I was born in Laos, but I'm Hmong.
Are you familiar with the term the Montagnards?
I've heard of the term.
Yeah, that's a different topic. I'm just reading a book about Vietnam right now. And that came up. It's a Jack Carr novel. Kali, you weren't even going to get in the race necessarily. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And why did you start in August? Why did you decide to get in the race?
So, it's funny thing is that I've held some really great leadership positions in politics, and I've never aspired to be in politics. It's not something a lot of politicians go in knowing what roles they want, and they sort of position themselves for when the next one opens up. That's just never been who I am, which is why I jump into races really late. Like when I jumped into my state house race, it was 3 weeks before the endorsing convention, and yet I won, and I've been a state rep for 7 years. I really never thought of myself as somebody who wanted to be a mayor. I'm a collaborative worker. I love the makeup of the House and how we have to work together. Mm-hmm. And so, but I was hearing from so many people that they were unhappy with the state of our city. And when it was just one group of people, I thought, okay, this is maybe, maybe it's a small segment of people who are unhappy. Then I started hearing it from small businesses, from community members, from stakeholders, from labor groups, from employees of the city. And I thought, no, this is a larger problem. And so it was sitting in me and knowing like our city wasn't doing well, and people were sharing with me all of the ways it wasn't doing well. And then it was Melissa Hortman being assassinated on June 14th. And it was a month after her assassination. And I looked around and I realized that there had been no campaigning, no door knocking, no fundraising, no meet and greets.
By anybody.
By anybody.
Right.
Not even our incumbent. And so I had a couple of calls with Melvin, and I, talked to him about what he would do differently in another term. And at that time, there was no plan for what it would look like. I mean, by the end of the election, he had a lot of things that we were talking about. But until I jumped into the race, none of us were talking about what was happening at the corner of Snelling and University. None of us were talking about the lack of development happening downtown St. Paul. None of us were talking about public safety issues in this city. I think everybody knew it. Nobody was saying it. And so I jumped in because I thought about what Melissa Hortman always said to us, is that these seats don't belong to you. And you have to go out to earn the right to represent people. I mean, she would run people in races we were never going to win. But for her, it's like that incumbent should be staying in their district and running to win, even if, like they win by whether it's a Republican district or a Democrat district, right? Like she wants us to stay there. And so
Do you consider Melvin a friend?
I do. I
You
hope
worked
he still
for
thinks
him as a
that.
policy advisor.
I was his policy director. Yeah.
Director. Mm-hmm. Did that bear any fruition? Did anything come of that position?
I mean, I loved that job. That was really my entry into politics. And I think I did everything that he'd ever asked me to do. He had 4 priorities that he wanted to get done his
Let's
first
go
year.
through those 4.
Yeah.
What were they?
$15 minimum wage,
You got that,
college savings account for every child born in St.
which
Paul.
I think is ridiculous, but
We got it done.
Yeah.
And then it was, he wanted to work in early childhood brain development. We had a group of 16 vistas. And so we got that early childhood brain development off the ground.
I don't think that's the city's business, but go ahead.
Yep. And then the last one was the Office of Financial Empowerment to make sure that we were able to set up that office and to run everything. So those 4 things were completed. And I'm really proud of that. I was able to help him achieve these. Everyone told me, you can't do all of that in 1 year. And I said, he asked me to do it. I'm going to do it. And I got it done in the 1 year.
Do you think his cabinet was too large? There are too many job positions that he's created that cannot be measured for any success or achievement. They just have division of equity and inclusion. What does that mean? Is that able to be graded?
Well, I will say that.
Are you going to keep it that large? Let's put it that way.
Well, my administration is going to be set up so that it is about the promises I made to people, which is running core city government. Mm-hmm. And so my structure will look very different than what was under the last 8 years.
I don't think young people, in fact, young people have asked me to tell you, or not to tell you, but to bring it up to you, that they're nervous because they don't feel that it's a sustainable tax situation for these. I have 2 daughters with a combined 7 kids living about 2 miles apart in St. Paul. And I fear for their future to be able to continue to live there at the rate these property taxes appear to me to be unsustainable.
Yeah, and that's why I was probably the only candidate who wanted to find a different revenue source so that it is that how to fund our city doesn't fall just on the backs of taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I proposed the Urban Wealth Fund, and it's been successfully done in many, many cities across the globe.
How would it work?
So what it does is it actually, and we have to still structure this. This is one of the first things that I will be doing is working with an investment firm to do this. But really, the core basics of it is that you leverage your current city assets and you use those to generate revenues for you. So we have 1,600 vacant properties right now in the city of St. Paul. We have 30 parcels that are commercial that belong to the city. And so we can start with developing and working on those pieces and have them start generating revenues for our city.
Does that mean selling? If you have building A, it doesn't mean selling the building, it means running it and managing it.
Yeah, because once you sell the asset, you don't have it anymore, right? So the best way to build wealth, right? When we look at an individual who wants to build wealth, it's like building your asset base. It's the same thing with a city. If you sell away all your assets, you no longer have the tool to build your wealth. And so it's the same concept of we have these assets sitting here doing nothing. I mean, 1,600 properties not collecting property taxes on them, even just that amount of money, right? And then really looking at how do we then use that to build wealth for our city. And so to work with developers on those commercial pieces, to work with the small individuals who want to invest into an individual home. How do we make sure that we keep those properties, work with our partners, and then as those homes and those properties are being used, that the leases and the revenues paid for those go back into the fund.
You had a 15-year banking career.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. That's unusual. What was your area of expertise? What did you rise to in the banking profession?
Yeah, so I didn't particularly do banking. So I did investments and finance work. My very first job out of college was actually with Securian, who is, it used to be Minnesota Life, and I managed 401k plans. And so I managed large plans for people, and I managed all of the money coming in, the money going out, how to test to make sure that they passed the discrimination testing. So I did that for a number of years, and then I went into the broker-dealer, the transfer agent of Minnesota Life, which was it managed, so I worked in the Advantis family of funds. And so I was in the asset management area. We did all of the processing and operations of managing those funds. And so I did that work for a couple of years, and then I went to a bank. I ended up at American Express, and for 10 years, I managed some of their largest clients. So I was out east and in Chicago, And I managed clients like the Baltimore Ravens, Black & Decker, and I did everything from looking at how to, profitability and leveraging the American Express platform, and also looking at how do we market, how do we brand, so that I was sort of a jack of all trades. I looked at everything.
Are these dynamics you can bring to the office of the mayor?
Absolutely, because I always tell people that if I could sell you on better product that costs more, I could probably sell you on anything, and I need to make my city a better product. And oftentimes I've been criticized as saying that like I should be the one out in the front selling my city to people, to bring jobs to my city, to bring businesses here, and people think I'm ridiculous for that.
I don't.
I hope, I'm glad that you don't think so, because I do think that like if I can't sell my city to people to invest into me, I'm never going to be able to grow this city. So like I have to know when businesses want to open, when people are exploring, expanding. Like I'm going to be the first one in front of those people saying, choose my city, and this is why you should choose it.
You've seized being an American, it seems to me. You're an American.
I am an American.
Why? I mean, we have a lot of visitors that just steal food money. Why have you gone the road of prospering and embracing the country, which I think is fantastic? What is it about your upbringing that might have led to that?
Well, I will say that I was one of those people who actually needed public assistance. My father quit his job. My father, when we came to America, he was a laborer. He worked in paper factories. He worked, at Snap-on Tools in Illinois before we came up to Wisconsin, where they were a big paper mill there, right? And so he worked there. And he knew that the only way that he couldn't continue to do this hard labor work, and he had 6 kids he had to support. And so he quit his job so that he could go get his degree. And when he did that, our family went on public assistance. Like I was on welfare. And I think that those safety nets are really important. And so I will never criticize someone for needing the safety nets, because poverty, you're not in chronic poverty. I think that the misconception with poverty is that like we're just poor all the time. And that's just not true. We come in and out of cycles of poverty. And I might be doing really well one day, but one day I'm going to need those services and that help. And that's why they exist. So I really am supportive of like social programs and public programs. But I will say that like for me, watching my parents work so hard to make it in this country. My father worked 2 jobs at times, and he was sleeping in his car in between jobs. My mother was working and raising a family with 6 kids and an extended family. And to watch 2 people work so hard and never complain one time about their down on their luck or how bad things were, how hard things were. And there were times where like we hardly ate. I would eat 1 meal a day sometimes when I was growing up. But to know like I was surrounded by people who believed that this country could give me a better future, and that if they worked hard and they gave me that foundation, I could work hard and become something.
And would you say it worked?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
You've enjoyed prosperity.
I have, and I think that.
How do you like your property taxes where you live?
They're quite high, but I don't complain, because I do know that it's important for me to pay when I can pay, because there are some people who can't, and I will always be willing to pay more to help everybody else out.
Where'd you go to high school?
I graduated high school in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh,
so
really?
Appleton East. Yes, I didn't.
I know Appleton well.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I just spent time there.
Cherry wine. Cherry wine.
Does this mean you're a Packer fan
No,
I was, but I stopped being when
after last night?
Well, I was a huge Packer fan. Used to watch every game, but it wasn't until Brett Favre started having some sketchy behavior I thought I can't stay behind this team.
What brought the family to St. Paul?
So I was my first year in college. So back in '91, my parents.
That was University of Wisconsin-Madison?
Yes, that was. My parents. I still had my younger siblings are 10 years younger than me, and my parents wanted my siblings to grow up in a community where my father had more opportunities for jobs, but the education system was good. And so he moved the family up here for that reason. And there was just a lot more support for jobs for the Hmong people who have dual language skills. And so my father, his first job up here was at Hmong American Partnership. Yeah.
Are the siblings all enjoying America, prosperity?
Very much so. So my siblings all are mostly engineers, and it's because they were the smart ones and I was the not smart one.
Sure, yeah.
So I was told to go into business because that was less hard. So my siblings are all engineers, and they have really, they've done very well for themselves. I mean, my parents are very proud of all of us.
Do you like St. Paul?
Love St. Paul. I moved back here specifically to live in the city. In 2006, when I came back after living across the country for my private sector job, it was intentional on my part to be here because I wanted my children to grow up in St. Paul. I wanted them to go to St. Paul public schools. And I wanted to be in the city and invest it and pay property taxes to a city that I loved. So it was very intentional on my part.
Why did you leave the private sector?
I left it because I was very successful and I did very well. And in the 2008 financial meltdown, I received the biggest bonus I ever had in my career. And I looked at myself and I looked at everybody else around me, and I was doing extremely well. And people around me, their lives are falling apart. And so I decided that I needed to refocus and figure out what I would do in this world that would matter and impact people's lives. And so I made a business proposal to my husband so that I could be a stay-at-home mom, so I could figure it out. And he accepted my proposal. And so I became a stay-at-home mom for a number of years as I figured out, what will I do with my life now? Because I don't know how much time I have left, and I want to make the greatest impact on this world before I leave.
Do you think city spending needs to be reined in?
That's a difficult question, Joe, because I think that city spending, and being somebody who already came from government, is that if you look at how we spend in government, there's no frills. We're not buying lavish things. Like, we're putting gas into police cars. We're putting, we're buying equipment for our firefighters. Like, these are critical services that we need. But could our city do a better job of how it does its work? I absolutely believe that it can. And in doing so, we could do a better job of using our residents' money.
When you look around the city now, where do you see areas that you envision great improvement?
I would say that the greatest improvements I would see, that's obvious to me as somebody with my business background, is that I think that we need to do a better job of our processes and our work, both in DSI, PED, and Public Works. That's the place where, that's where my expertise is say, I think people think anytime you think of process improvement, we're going to axe everybody's jobs. And that's just not true. I want to be able to make somebody's job flow better so that I can redeploy the resources somewhere else. And so, when I was at the Minnesota Foundation and I was hired to be the director of grants and processes, I oversaw all their processes. I reduced their donor advised grants processes from over an hour to about 12 minutes a grant. We didn't fire that person. We were able to redeploy that resource to do more work and to be able to be more effective in other ways that she could be used, right? So that's my goal, is to go in and say, why don't our departments do work cross-departmentally well? Why is it that it takes years to get a permit out to somebody, or to get a license out for someone who wants a liquor license? It shouldn't take, 11 months to do that. And so it's really looking at all these processes to say, how do we make our city run better and more effectively? Because if I can do that, I'm going to save us money in doing so.
Well, again, at the risk of repeating myself, these sound like dynamics that could only be done by someone with your private sector experience. A career politician would not have been exposed to this kind of thinking. Is that an accurate statement?
Well, and I think that that in politics we have to balance people who have practical knowledge from other fields and people who have a lot of advocacy experience, right? Because somebody who only has that practical life experience may not know what it's like for somebody who's struggling to put food on the table, or who is.
But you know that area too.
Huh?
You know that aspect of life too.
I do. I'm just a unicorn, Joe.
You really are. You really
Yeah.
are. How much time do you get to spend on this hobby farm?
I used to spend a lot more, but a lot less lately because of this campaigning, because there's a lot of work to do in there. My husband's been raking leaves by himself and getting the farm ready for the winter by himself. But we have pigs and chickens and goats and all of it there. So it's a real live working farm. So
That's
not as much
fantastic.
anymore.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
So you have only 2 farm hands.
We do, and you know what? My girls are amazing. They know how to butcher. They know how to They know how to do everything. They bale hay with their father. We said to them, hard work never hurt anybody. So you're going to learn how to do all these things.
Any
with
kid
us.
that grew up on a farm or had access to a farm loves the work. It's
Yeah.
not even work.
Okay.
yeah,
Settle down there.
okay. You're a little too close to the city over there.
I'd like to ask you a question, because you raised something very interesting. Because when I've been working in Minneapolis and St. Paul for 25 years. When I first moved here, I lived in St. Paul, and my then girlfriend, now wife, we've moved further and further away. What would you say to that family that loves the city, loves the environment, has 2 young kids? What would you say to them to bring them back in to the fold? That's decided to make the transplant, no matter what the distance is for driving for their career.
I would say that I would love for you to come back, because I can't do this by myself, and it takes people who love our city. And sometimes we don't have all the answers, but if we have that love and that desire for this city to be its scrappy, resourceful, innovative self, we need all of the people back in here to do that. So come back, do it with me.
I give him that speech every day. You said the government doesn't spend on frills. this proposed regional bike trail on Summit strikes me as an example of a preposterous frill that voters had no say in. Will you have an opportunity to re-examine that?
Yeah, I think that I will be re-examining a lot of projects that the city has approved because I think that it is important. I think people in this city don't mind paying taxes. They just want to know what they're paying taxes for. And so we will be looking at what has been proposed and really seeing that in this time of really tough financial times, we may have to reprioritize projects, yes.
What phase are you in right now as mayor-elect? Are you just putting together a team?
We're putting together a team, but I've already started reaching out to partners, people in development, people in housing, our city council members. I've reached out to all of them, trying to schedule meetings with them. Like, my job is to rebuild relationships. I mean, I'm very much aware of what kind of relationship I had with City Hall as a state legislator, and my experience was not unique. And so we have a lot of relationship building to do because, as I just stated before, like, I can't rebuild this by myself. I've actually already reached out to some of my Republican colleagues at the legislature saying, like, this is our city. It's not my city, it's our city. It's our capital city, and I need all of you. And I'm going to need help from the legislature.
Are you asking Joe to join the team, or is he looking for a job? Is that what he's doing here?
No, I'm good.
I don't know. My liberal policies might turn Joe away, so I don't know that.
You're here to change those with him. No,
Will you work in the mayor's office?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, my whole team, people who I am considering bringing on, I've already told them, like, we will all be in the office because if we expect other people to be, we will be.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. And the people who work for you, you're going to hold them accountable. They have to be at work. I think that's been lax over the last few years.
And I will say it's not even for any reason of, maybe you and I would have different reasons for this, but like, I'm somebody who grew up watching people who worked on the front lines, like the people who work in parks, the people who work in police, people who work in, like libraries. They never get to work from home.
Right.
And so, like, if management wants to relate to the employees and when we make policies that impact them, then we have to know that they come in every day and they have to. That means we should be in. We can't tell people to do something and not do it ourselves. So just because we have the privilege to work from home, should we be working from home? And some people don't have the privilege. Like, how do we make sure that they know that we're in solidarity with them and we're going to show up to work too? That matters to me.
When it came time for the state to vote on or to approve the $18 billion surplus that ended up getting used, did you vote to use that surplus?
I absolutely did. And
Why?
I'm very proud of that vote.
Why?
Our state is probably one of the greatest states in that we had some of the biggest disparities in outcome when it comes to education, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to like just, the well-being of people, health outcomes. And that we had an opportunity to invest in making sure that these changes, that we could close these gaps. And so I'm really proud that we pegged inflation, the school budget to inflation. Like, you would never do a job and not have your job, increase with inflation, right? But yet we expected schools to operate with the same budget, not tied to inflation. That was a big cost to the state to do that, right? And like, I've had struggles with having to take care of parents, to have 2 children. Like, people should have the ability to go on family leave in order to take care of their families. Like, if you were sick, you'd want your children to have the ability to take care of you, right? Like, we should do that for everybody. And so I was really proud of those votes, and I would take those votes again.
Do you think the Family Leave Act will work?
I believe so. I mean, do I think that we might need to revisit it and tweak it? Sure, I think so. Because none of us can ever be right all the time. And we have to have the political courage to go back and look at the things that we've done and say, like, did it work the way we wanted it to? And then make changes.
Are there leftists in politics who are too left for you?
I think that there are people on both sides of the aisle that are too much on their side of the aisle for me.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I think that what we can see from this election is when you have a good candidate, we just want government to work, and people want to have someone who holds their political views very strongly, but at the end of the day know that they have to be pragmatic and they have to run the government. And I think there's a will for that and desire for that from both sides of the aisle. Yeah.
That's heartening to hear.
Yeah.
because it's 10%. 10%. Most of us are in the 80%.
That's
and
right.
They don't hear us shouting. These are the ones that shout.
That's right.
I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, but I will say that there is a purpose for the people in those 10% too, right? Because sometimes we do become complacent, and we really need to hear some of those loud voices to push us when we maybe aren't willing to push ourselves. Like,
No, the 10% are just nuts.
Both sides.
Both sides are just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I choose to embrace all of it because I think that it has informed me in being the best legislator I can be, because I know that I could be in an echo chamber. And I'm a very like a risk averse person. And so I might want to stay in a lane that might be very safe. And sometimes I need somebody who's really off to one side to push me and say, you need to think more about some of these situations and where can you go with it?
What happens to your state seat now? Is there going to be a special election?
Yes, so I'll probably step down after they certify this mayoral race.
Right.
And then I will step down and they'll have to have a special election.
Okay. What part of the city did you represent?
Right in the heart of the city, the
Right.
best part. So right in the Summit Hill,
Yeah.
Matt Groveland,
Yeah.
in Denoyer Park, Lexham, like Crocus Hill. That's those neighborhoods.
St. Paul is a city of really strong neighborhoods,
Yeah,
no matter where you look.
that's right.
But many of those neighborhoods need strengthening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think that we've actually had some missed opportunities because neighborhoods have already created structures of communication and how they operate. And, the city government City Hall hasn't always respected those structures. And you need to really honor that because these neighborhoods are strong and they have strong opinions and they have different issues. And the only way to know and keep a pulse on that is to be connected through them. And whether that's through the district councils or the neighborhood groups, like we got to honor those people.
What's the rest of your day look like, for example, today, a Tuesday in November?
Big
What-
sigh of relief when she's done with you.
Yeah, right.
I was a little bit nervous. I thought he might say some things.
No,
But no, it's just press the rest of this afternoon, and then I do have about 2 hours meeting with the parts of the transition team, and then I have an evening event. So I've been working 7 in the morning to about 10 o'clock at night since we got elected. And
well, thank you for joining us.
thank you for having
Best
me.
of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could we talk again?
Absolutely, and I hope you still like me 6 months from now. So
I sure do today.
okay.
If you leave your number, he'll be certain to call.
don't
and
do
say,
that.
Yeah, right.
I do today.
Well, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll come
This
back.
is the first mayor or mayor-elect we've had on in probably maybe 9 years.
Kali, I
Yeah.
want you to know that we did you a tremendous favor. We did not have you on prior to the election.
Because you wouldn't have won.
'Cause
We have
you
a big,
lost.
bad
Everyone
track
we ever
record.
had on has lost.
I don't know. Maybe I would have won by a larger margin.
No, I don't think so.
We have a jinx.
think
That's
so.
why you're here after.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for doing me that favor.
Thank you very much. Why don't you take a little time out?
Hail the flashlight.
Yeah.
The Earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Say, we don't have the Turkey Award to show you at the moment because Rookie's otherwise occupied escorting
Khalid Her.
Khalid Her.
He's probably looking for a new gig, too.
But
I
the
guess.
Center of the American Experiment has announced the finals for the Turkey of the Year Award. Governor Walz, the Gold Line Bus Project, $1 Million Bathrooms in Bloomington, and river surfing on the Rum River. Get to the Center of the American Experiment and cast your vote for the 2025 Golden Turkey Awards. The winner
Did I miss
is,
my cue? I didn't bring the thing in.
That's all right. We're going to
Shoot.
bring it in tomorrow. The voting is underway. You can help decide which project deserves the 2025 Golden Turkey Award. Visit AmericanExperiment.org to cast your vote.
I have a question for young Matthew
Yo.
to your right. When you escorted the mayor-elect outside to the front entrance,
Yo.
you did one of two things. Can I take a stab at it?
Yep.
You were working an angle to earn yourself a cabinet spot on the staff.
Yep.
And number two, you were working in how you could benefit Second Stork.
Second Stork didn't come up, but I did come up twice. I did say that I had applied for the Ernsters job, and once Mayor Carter realized, I interviewed there, and once his team realized who I was, they said,
Nope.
we're going to pass on you.
Look up for me the name
Made that
of
well
the.
known.
Look up for me, Rook. The name we talked about it yesterday. The British Home Secretary.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Bama Mahood, something like that. Just get the British. All you have to type in is British Home Secretary.
Thanks, boss.
And then you'll get the name.
Shabuna
Shabama.
Mahmood.
Okay, Rook. Yesterday this came up because I mentioned I came across a story where under her watch, a record number of immigrants are flooding into the UK, and I was just curious about her background, and you looked that up for me, and you said she was a barista. Mm-hmm. Rook, she was a barrister. See, there's a.
What did I say?
You said
I thought she
barista.
was saying coffee.
Yeah.
She was pouring coffee.
You told me.
I did say that,
and I'm
didn't
like
I?
a moron.
Well-
See, you make me look like an idiot because I say, oh well, that makes sense. She
So-
went from a coffee shop to letting. And
So there's a difference
Matt,
between
she's been
studying law
she's been
and
a career
studying coffee beans.
She's been a career attorney with the British government, and you told me barista.
And you know what? I apologize
Jesus.
because in my frantic state to give you information,
Right.
I must
shouldn't have been that
glazed
frantic.
over that. Well, you just told me I shouldn't be that difficult. Secretary of State Mahmoud, you put a sense of urgency, so I will not.
See, I
will
was-
not deny that I did that, but I
You-
did
of
make
course
that
you're
mistake.
Not. You can't.
No, I will
but
take full.
I got a note from a retired English teacher in Woodbury who said the word you saw as barista was similar in appearance, but a world away in meaning.
Sure.
The previous job title was barrister. That's a British lawyer.
This
I looked
is-
up Shabama Mahmood to confirm that I know, yes, another layer of government. But you do want to be fact-based,
Yeah.
So thank you, Tom.
It
It's-
does add on here. She did like to serve coffee at the law office.
Yeah. I don't
Maybe
think it-
that's where.
I don't
But
think
you know
it-
what?
I don't think it says that either.
I'm going to
it
defend
doesn't.
my guy.
No, you can't.
There's no
you
defense.
can't. I
Here's
made a
how we do it.
mistake.
There isn't any.
I got it out. I
Go.
got it out for you.
Go.
How do you not know, Joe Souchere, that at 16 years old,
Yeah.
she didn't work for a Starbucks chain?
Yes.
Say
Their first job. Thank you,
today's
Chris.
Veterans Day. I take surface streets to get here, so I'm going through a variety of neighborhoods. I bet if I
No, don't tell me.
total, I saw maybe 4 flags.
Wow.
4 flags up.
I took my flag in last night because it was so windy, and I remembered as soon as I got up, that's the first thing I want to do is get my flag out there.
I'll be honest.
It's Veterans Day.
I'm rural, as you like to point out.
Boy, are you ever?
I don't think I saw that many either on my way in.
Really?
No. Now that you mention it.
I think if you looked up the code for the flag, this is one of the days that it is appropriate.
Oh, I don't care.
I do fly mine 24/7 because I have a light on it at night. So
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and that's protocol. Otherwise,
But
taken.
I did see maybe 4 flags in total and 1 fake Minnesota flag,
Oh, the new one.
the Somali flag.
Does it is it difficult for you to get through the day without banking or postal items or visiting?
No, I'll get by. I'll get
Okay,
by.
you can handle. You can hack
He'll
it for the
manage.
vets.
Yeah,
Okay,
he'll manage.
for the vets.
I'll miss the mail.
Okay.
You know, I miss the mail. I love it, particularly when I see that it's been driven over. It comes through
Tire
the
marks.
comes through the slot, and it's
Yeah,
driven
right.
over.
Whoops! Let me grab that. That's Suchi's. I'll grab it.
You know, I've mentioned this before on the show. By the way, Kali Her is an interesting woman.
Can I do this?
Yes. Well, I don't want to be entirely naive. She is a ray of hope, but she is, I would imagine, has progressive leanings, but they are on the side of sanity.
Yes.
I'm guessing, not guessing. I'm hoping. But what cannot be denied is that Kali Her will bring to the table the kind of experience that absolutely no other politician who represents us can bring. Melvin could not bring that background to the mayor's office. The least diverse city council in America, the St. Paul City Council, not one of them can bring that background to the table. In Minneapolis, Fry can't bring that background to the table, even though he's a lawyer. And certainly none of the DSA people in Minneapolis can bring that background to the table. And when you listen to her carefully between the lines, it seems to me she's going to expect efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
She's not, she strikes me as she's just not going to be able to suffer fools very gladly.
The idea of the Urban Wealth Fund.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Fascinates
But
me.
I cleared it up with her on the way out. She's not taxing me for it.
No, that's a genius idea, and Akana, you want to know why?
Yeah.
It's going to be an incentive to encourage people and businesses to do business with the city. That's
Okay.
exactly what your city needs.
Okay. I'm rooting for her, and my other observation is that she's I think she's prepared to be a really hard worker.
Yeah, for sure.
And shows up. I think she's going to show up in City Hall every day. We've got a city council member. I can give you her name. I don't
While
know.
you're looking, may I give
What
you
the hell's her name?
the 3 things she was not shocked but surprised about?
Yeah.
She was surprised at what a pleasant interview this was. I think.
Well,
she
what do people think?
Well, I think people, the DFL gets to. Joe is going to be. She was very pleasantly surprised about that. She was very surprised that you had talked with, over the years, Hillary Clinton, Wellstone, Governor Dayton. I said they all came on the air, but her shock was Governor Walz has never come on this show in 8+ years.
Well, but no show has been harder on him than ours.
Not in the beginning. Not those first 2 years when he still wouldn't come on.
Especially during COVID when you were very defending of him.
Anyway, she's ready to come back.
Well, let's hope that we want her to come back.
Well, I even explained to her, even if there's something that you disagree with, you come on the air, prove your point. He doesn't shout you down. Prove your point and try to sway him. That's what he'll ask you to do.
Do you know who I cannot express my loathing enough for the frauds in this world who still try to perpetrate this climate change scam? These are just people who want to ruin the West.
Move on.
And it's never had, I've said from day one, it's never had anything to do with the environment. It's never had anything to do with what the temperature is supposed to be. It's just another way to move in for centralized control of the state. The state would be in control. It has nothing to do with the environment. It's a scam. I wish people would wake up. But if you want some additional proof, you'll recall, I don't know when, probably within the last year, I mentioned that I had read something about the COP30 climate summit was going to be in Brazil, and they intended to mow down the rainforest to build a new 4-lane highway so these elite frauds could get to Belém, Brazil.
Yes.
Okay, they're doing it. It's done.
It's done?
100,000 trees so far are gone. I'm looking at pictures of it. It truly, the loathing I have for these people is incredible. I care more about the rainforest than anyone attending that conference. I guarantee you. They ripped out the rainforest for a 4-lane highway so the environmentalists could get to this city. Are you kidding me? The city is called Belém, Belem. And the reason they're giving for this climate summit held there is that they just don't want to talk about the Amazon. They want to experience it. So what do? They bring in the heavy industry and build themselves a freeway to get there. This is an outrage. It won't be. It just won't gain much purchase with the public. No one will really care about this. But all of you phony rock and rollers who defend the Amazon, I'm talking to you, Sting, and the rest of these elite fruitcakes who want to always preach to us about the Amazon. None of us are building a 4-lane highway to get you to a climate conference. Yes, you in the back.
Imagine for a second.
Imagine.
You want to hear that?
No.
Imagine for a second if Trump had done this.
Oh, my
This
God.
would have been wall-to-wall coverage on every news outlet in the country.
Trump is not sending a formal delegation to the event, and that's fine. Thank you. That's smart of him not to. But left-wing officials will be in attendance, including Newsom, Gavin Newsom. This would be right up his alley because he has no substance, nothing going for him, but he'll seize this. And you drive on that new 4-lane freeway there, Gavin, you fraud.
Is our guy gonna go?
You know why I'm angry?
Why?
Because I want there to be a rainforest.
You like a nice
Teddy
jungle?
Roosevelt went in there at the turn of the 20th century, and he never survived it. He got sick in there, and it ultimately led to his premature death. But Teddy, they heard things in there that they couldn't describe. They heard otherworldly sounds of animals and God knows what. I want there to be an Amazon, and I don't want these frauds debasing it. And that's what they're doing. Go look it up yourself, GLers. Look up pictures. All you got to do is Google climate change Brazil highway. Look, there.
Yeah,
look at that.
I saw the
It's
photo.
just amazing. The BBC is trying to write about it. It aims to ease traffic to the city. There is no traffic going to the city unless these fruitcakes show up.
Ma, let's put the kids in the car.
It's in the middle of the rainforest. They survive by selling berries to each other.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Who paid for it?
It costs $1 billion.
That's what I'm wondering.
Probably you. The city, they're going to host 50,000 people, including world leaders. You're not a world leader. If you were a world leader, you would not have signed off on setting foot on that highway, much less build it. Locals and conservationists are outraged at the impact of this thing.
I do believe, though, that Greta is going to use a skateboard to use that highway.
Along the partially built road, lush rainforest towers on either side, a remember of what once had been there. Logs are piled high in the cleared land, which stretches more than 8 miles through the rainforest into Belém. Diggers and machines carve through the forest floor, paving over wetlands to serve to surface the road, which will cut through a protected area. This, my loathing for these people knows no bounds. I'm telling you, I care more about the rainforest than these supposed world climate change
Yes,
leaders.
if they want to cut down
because
trees
what
for
they're up to in the world has nothing to do with the climate.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Have I made that clear?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, just in time for the end of this week and into the weekend, the weather's going to hit a warm spot again. Get out to EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. The electric bike, it's the electric bike capital of the world. The electric bikes are on sale starting at $9.99. Motorcycles and scooters at their lowest prices of the year. ATVs and side-by-sides are available in time for the fall hunting season. And if there's water equipment still there, you're going to get a deal on it because, you know, they need the room on the show floor for all the winter equipment that's fun to shop for at EcoFun Motorsports. And if you buy water equipment now, they're throwing in a Triton trailer. That's a $1,000 trailer. They're really well made. They're made in Wisconsin. They're American made. It's EcoFun Motorsports. It's in Forest Lake / Columbus. It's on Highway 97, just west of the Interstate 35. A couple of roundabouts and you're there. Big, beautiful store. You'll have a ball. And down in Burnsville on the Service Road of Life near County Road 42. EcoFun Motorsports. Also with a great website, ecofunmotorsports.com.
Who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life.
Joe Souchere.
Hofferman Water and Connecticut are here for you to upgrade the quality of your water. They have done that with me in 2 different homes, and they will do that with you as well. And you know what? I got an email from Gary. He said, Reavers, do you really stand by this Hofferman Water? Yeah. I started as a customer of Hofferman Water in Connecticut. That's how this relationship began years ago. And I'm really glad that I made the switch, and I think you will be as well. But your first step has to be getting on that schedule and having them come out for that free water analysis. You can do that one of 2 ways. You can call them directly at 612-895-2440, or you can book your appointment online at HoffermanWater.com. Either way, get on the schedule. They'll come out. They'll give you this thing that's called a water score. And then based upon your water score, they're going to give you suggestions on how they can upgrade the quality of your water. And it's the absolute best. Hofferman Water and Connecticut, the finest water treatment systems known to man. Once again, HoffermanWater.com. They've been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them here on the Garage Logic podcast.
Claudio Veraquet lives 200 meters from where this road will be in the Amazon, the road leading to Bellum for a climate conference. He used to make an income from harvesting acai berries from trees that once occupied this space. Everything was destroyed, he said, gesturing at the clearing. Our harvest has already been cut down. We no longer have that income to support our family. He said he has received no compensation from the state government and is currently relying on savings. He worries that construction of the highway will lead to more deforestation in the future now that the area is more accessible for businesses. Our fear is that one day someone will come here and say, here's some money, we need this area to build a gas station or to build a warehouse, and then we'll have to leave. We were born and raised here. Where are we going to go? His community won't be connected to the road. It'll have walls on either side. For us who live on the side of the highway, there will be no benefits. There will be benefits for the trucks it will pass through. The road leaves 2 disconnected areas of protected forests. Scientists are worried that it will fragment the ecosystem and disrupt the movement of wildlife. And go find it out yourself, folks, in case you think my loathing is misplaced. But this is appalling. It's just absolutely appalling that these phonies are showing their true colors. What were some stats you just found on the rainforest?
25% of all modern Western medicines are derived from plants in tropical rainforests like the Amazon. There's less than 5% of Amazonian plant species that have been fully studied for their medicinal potential, yet represent around a quarter of the drugs.
You know what else could be a possibility? Doesn't excuse this highway, but do you know what could be a possibility?
What?
See, all my life, and that's getting to be a long time
That's
now.
a long, long time.
All my life, I've been told that the rainforest is in danger. Basically, that means evil white people in the United States.
And what did you see in your mind's eye? That it stumps.
Yeah.
Stumps everywhere.
All my life, I've been told the rainforest is in danger.
Same.
Could it be that the rainforest is so vast?
How vast is it?
So vast that it is no big deal to put up a 4-lane highway? And if the answer is yes, it's so big that won't be a problem. I would counter with, yes, it is a problem because the sole reason you're doing it is antithetical to why the rainforest exists in the first place. You're building it so these fat cats can get into Bellum and have a climate conference. Therefore, you would have been better off not building it if you were really worried about the rainforest.
How do they not see that?
Because the movement has nothing to do
They don't
with
see
the
the
climate.
forest for the
they
trees.
need to get together to tinker with their ways. They can continue to create central planning. This
Then
has
how-
nothing to do with what the temperature is. Nothing.
Then how easy is it for them to build the next 2-lane, 4-lane highway?
The precedent has been established. And like this old farmer says, well, hell, the next thing you know, there's going to be a quick trip.
Well, that's not too bad.
It's just all BS. The whole thing is just BS. My loathing is so profound. I can't. I have to stop now because I can't get over it.
I want to thank loyal listener Bert on the Garage Logic Town Council. You were talking about all those, was it Roosevelt? All
Yeah,
those interesting sounds that he heard in the Amazon?
Yeah.
I got one.
That's got to go deep, though. You got to go deep, so to speak.
And Teddy never recovered from that.
I mean, I can imagine why that
Can
would
you
have.
imagine how that would disturb
He
you?
never got off the throne.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I have to laugh.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Right.
Stay in school.
Got a brand new fart button.
Yeah. God. God help me. That's. I got that fart button on one side. I got a kid telling me a barrister's a barista.
And we interviewed the mayor.
And we had the mayor-elect,
Yep.
Kali Her. And her husband's name is Kong. And I got away with asking her if she calls him king. And she said, I do. Do you realize, I'm going to tell you something, fellas.
Start us out here, cowboy.
There's a lot going on out there
You think?
that I don't have any knowledge of. There's some things happening that I find disturbing, and it's ironic that I came across this story today because I finished Jack Carr's newest book.
And?
Oh, I loved it. It's called Cry Havoc. It's James Reese's father in Vietnam. It's a prequel. Anyway, Jack's going to join us, but he's working on another book already.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was I?
You finished Jack Carr's latest book.
Oh, so then I got Michael Conley's newest book, which is the Lincoln Lawyer is suing an AI entity that made is a bot, a likeness of a person,
Yep.
that made a bot that told a guy to kill his girlfriend. And it's just a gripping legal story. So the irony is today I'm reading various publications and I come across the news that the number one song on the digital country artist list is an AI song.
Yep.
Called Walk My Walk by an artist known as Breaking Rust. That's that, and there's a picture of him here, but that's not him. That's a picture of.
It's a picture of, you shouldn't say him.
What
it's,
is this?
It's a photo of the entity. It's not a person. It's not a being. It's just a thing.
Well, he's just the perfect thing to be called Breaking Rust. It's the Marlboro Man.
I never in a million years thought you were going to bring this up on this show, but I was having a discussion with somebody in the radio business over the weekend about this.
Yeah.
And his prediction, I don't necessarily know if I'm 100% on board, is this will take over the music industry.
Why don't you can play it? We're talking about this. Can't you play me a line or two?
No, because here's why. No, listen to me.
Who owns it?
The production companies are the ones behind this. Anakani, you want to know why?
Because Anakani, you want to know why?
They don't need to pay anything for this. It's free labor that's printing
Then
them
why
money.
can't we play it?
Okay.
Well, just here, seriously, to keep you out of trouble, to keep us all out of trouble, to keep us out of trouble with the lawyers upstairs, just play a few lines just so we can hear this fake voice.
All right, now give me the name of the song again. I know this. Rust
Walk My Walk
by Rust something or other.
by Breaking Rust.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's a weird name.
Okay.
And I understand you're nervous. Just what we just should be able to legally get a taste of this.
Been beat down, but I don't stay
Okay, it's
low.
enough. That's fine. Kill it.
Okay, because
See,
I'd
if
like to
I'm
hear
driving
more.
along in the car and I heard that, I wouldn't know it was AI.
that's exactly why most people that consume music are not even doing it live anymore. The live stations are now having to compete with the likes of YouTube, Spotify, name your other online platform. And the problem is there's so much competition right now. Everyone's trying to cut their margins to make as much money as possible.
Okay, let me ask you a question. This song by this computer-generated singer is number one on Billboard's country digital song sales chart. Maybe Gabe will have to answer this question. Is that a tracking device of only AI songs? In other words, what is the country digital song? What
You mean, is that a new
songs are they
division?
ranking?
Is that a new division of
what is
say, the
that?
Grammys?
It's all songs. It's not specific to AI.
It doesn't have to be
No,
AI.
it
Does
just
it mean
says-
the songs people are listening to the most digitally?
It's this week's most popular downloaded songs ranked by sales data as complied by Luminate.
So there could be real people on this list.
There 100% could be.
Yes.
He's competing with real people.
And so whatever, what?
Well, this is nuts.
Who goes up and
But Joe,
who goes up and gets the award?
what
If
a-
there's
Let's not worry
if there's
about that.
Broken Rust.
The company would get the award.
right.
Whoever owns
Okay.
somebody owns him. Somebody, all of his
Owns
rights.
the name
Yes.
Broken Rust.
They own the name Broken Rust, and they had that artificial intelligence, whatever they used, create that song through that person.
The number one growing outlet for people from Gabe's age to probably 30 is developing online content. Okay?
Yeah.
My kid, my 10-year-old knows how to do this. He loves music. He knows how to create artificial music.
Okay.
He's 10.
Okay.
What about the top AI podcast?
Hey, I told you guys.
I've heard us in,
Rookie,
in AI
you joke.
form.
Mike Fratelloni took one of Joe's columns, entered it in through, I can't remember exactly which program he used. It created a segment that could have been called Garage Logic.
Best of?
Can I
Go.
stay on track here? See, my mind doesn't work this way. I see no reason to create Broken Rust or whatever the hell his name is, and much less have
You
him.
like the human element.
So what happens is the people who design this, and the computer writes the song, right? So that company is getting the download money. So, and they've got nothing invested except some keys pressed on a computer. Am I on the right track so far?
Yeah.
They have nothing invested. They're not providing this guy with any health insurance. He doesn't get a vacation. He could create he could sing for them 10 songs a day as fast as they can feed it into the computer.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the money's rolling into the AI factory.
There's no
that
agent.
There's no agent. There's no booking fees. There's no concerts. There's no nothing. Although the concerts will be coming. You could do that in 3D
Do a little
or
hologram.
holograms.
Well, I told you guys, I told Gabe this earlier.
I don't like this life.
The Sphere sold out I think it was Michael Jackson shows, and there was no performers. It was all digital.
Is this show in color?
When McCartney was here a few weeks ago, didn't he do a hologram of Lennon joining him on?
Once that ship has sailed and those guys decide they're going to sell the rights to whoever, that will be coming 150%.
Well, the sad realization here is there's no human soul at work in Broken Rust's song.
Nope.
There's no
Heartbreak.
There's no heartbreak. There's no love. There's no sadness.
But most of these artists,
if there is, it's all artificial created.
true. But most of these artists, Joe, already have a team full of writers anyway. It's very rare that
AI artists?
No, just before the AI revolution of this industry.
I'm aware of that, but they're human beings.
Right.
I'm saying that human being is now being replaced by this tentacle of.
I think we're aware of that.
Okay. It did sound like you were.
No.
Which tentacle are you on?
Lainey Wilson has writers. She's a real human being.
Yeah.
Rustic Bob here, whatever the hell his name is, he has no
Rustic, broken rust.
broken wheel.
Yeah.
There are no writers, but there are people at computer keyboards, correct? What did they, Gabe? What are they commanding the computer to do?
Well, it would just be whatever the person that wants Broken Rust to make a song,
Yeah.
they would create a prompt and feed it into the AI engine. So there's two ways they could do this. They could go and they could use a company that has built the AI engine, and they'd have to pay that company to use it or have some sort of agreement to generate the song. Otherwise, they can pay somebody in their own company to generate songs based off of their own engine that they would build on their own. So it would be solely Broken Rust.
Dun, 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 dun. Got all that, Joe? You got a color set at home?
I got two. Why?
I don't know. I don't understand this 4-lane highway on AI.
Do you call him Mr. Rust?
Hey, Mr. Rust, are you broken?
Are you related to Mr. Ass?
Oh, Joe, I'm with you. I'm not even that old, and I don't like the way things are going. I want to sing.
You're plenty old.
Before we break, I want to play you something.
Okay.
This has 12 million views on YouTube.
Okay.
It's very popular with a show that my kids watch, also on YouTube.
All right.
The pancake robot is coming to town. He's mixing up the batter and he's laying it down.
Lay down now.
Buttermilk, blueberry, chocolate chip.
Where's my
50
explosion
million
thing?
pancakes he's gonna flip. All you can eat, yum yum. All you can eat, yum yum. The pancake
Yum, yum.
Turn that off.
Yum, yum.
Turn it off. Is that AI?
Yep, 150.
Is that AI?
Yep.
How do you know?
Because I know.
So somebody at an AI factory prompted the computer to create a pancake song.
A pancake robot song. See, he's coming to town.
And he's going to be flipping everything up.
Upside down.
Yes. Blueberries, chocolate chips, pecans. Yes. I would like to defend myself, and it's been.
I don't want you to defend yourself.
It's been pointed out to me that with my barista and barrister, my dyslexia kicked in.
There you go.
So I will.
You got it out.
I will be booking an appointment at Learn to Learn in St. Paul if you'd like to fix your dyslexia needs. I'm going to defend myself. That's Learn to Learn can fix my dyslexia.
Get your garage door
Barrister.
fixed before the winter hits.
Don't call a robot.
Call Precision Garage Door. If you need a new door, Precision Door sends out a garage door designer. They have models for every budget. You can save some dough right now, too, because GLers get $100 off a single door and $200 off a double door. If you're happy with your current garage door, but she's acting up, you know, the wind's blowing and
Yeah,
you hear some
I just-
groaning and squeaking and squealing, get a noisy door tune-up special from Precision Door. That's $149 normally, a $290 value, and that includes a 25-point safety inspection and diagnostic. Get that thing taken care of before the weather holds you back. Annual maintenance reduces future wear, and it guarantees against the break. Well, it doesn't guarantee against it, but it sure goes a long way to prevent a breakdown of your door. Book online at Precision Door MN, one word, precisiondoormn.com, or call 612-263-6985 to schedule a free on-site new door estimate with Precision Door, or one of Precision Door's noisy tune-up specials.
This is Broken Rust. See me at the Civic Center tomorrow.
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move. Joe Souchere.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Not only is it not fake, it's very real. And you know what? It's a weight loss program that's built for absolutely anybody. Busy schedule? Not a problem. You know what? It's one-on-one weekly coaching, and you eat to lose weight. And it's a weight loss solution that's worked for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And you know what? You can find out for yourself online. Awaken180weightloss.com. That's the website. 180, by the way. There's no medications. There's no working out. There's also no gimmick. You eat. You listen to your coach. You make small adjustments along the way. And you know what? Most men are going to lose between 4 to 5 pounds each and every single week. And I'm proof among it. You know what? I love it. Your energy level is going to go up. It's so fantastic. 844-346-1800. Or again, book your free consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com. And please do me a favor and mention that you heard about I'm here on the Garage Logic podcast.
Well, a little girl who's 2 years old today grow up in a world where 30, 40 years from now, she's walking down the street and she won't know if the people approaching her are real or not? Is that?
That is feasible.
That online for sure. In person, I don't know that we're going to be that close yet.
How far out are we?
I said 30 or 40 years being ridiculously generous. I'm thinking 10 years, 5.
I was thinking 20 to be able to. What, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Or not that they're bad, but
no,
we will have robots
a body
doing.
snatcher would be bad.
Yeah. But I think we will have. You go to Miami, and delivering food Friday and Saturday nights are these small robots that are DoorDash. That's in Austin, Texas, too. And they stop at the crosswalks. They wait for the cars. And they're all over downtown. There's 60 of them.
Thank you, but...
well, I'm just saying that's the start. They don't look like humans yet, but that's
I was
down the
say
road.
they don't look like humans.
No, but 20 years down the road,
They look
will.
like baristas.
Barristers. Banisters.
Okay. Me and some guy from Harvard, apparently the only guy who follows this. I'll give you the background. You're aware of this interstellar object that
Yes.
in case you're just catching up.
Okay, pretend I am.
It was just as recently as on July 1st of this year. So what's that? 5-6 months ago? Astronomers at the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System spotted a fairly large object shooting through our solar system on an escape trajectory. As the world's telescopes quickly turned towards it, it was established to be an interstellar object, our third confirmed interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov. They gave names to these things.
Okay.
Observations soon showed that it was a comet with a distinct comma formed of ice and dust. There have been plenty of puzzling aspects to the object, from its development of a rare anti-tail to its unusual chemical makeup, but we should not be too surprised, given that this is only our third interstellar visitor and may be a 10 billion-year-old time capsule from an earlier age. Studying it could tell us about the environment it came from. Well, the latest is the noises that are detecting are as though it's revving its engines.
It doesn't have an engine.
Well, it does comet things. It strongly resembles a comet, but it has interesting properties that are a bit different. It behaves like a comet, and so the evidence is overwhelmingly pointing to it being a natural body, but it does too much weird stuff. It hides behind the sun, which you'd think would melt it. It's revving up something that's we're calling an engine. God knows they're not running it. They didn't stop at a Phillips 66 and gas it up.
Well, wouldn't it be different gravitational pulls?
It may be immune to them. It can control them. Who knows? It's got a lot of weird properties. I'll stop now because I'm in way over my head. But it seemed to be something apropos of breaking rust. I mean, for all we know, what if this object's full of
Celestial AIs?
something like that? What if it's full of, well, they would even be beyond computers. I don't know where you would go from there. But what if this is a large object full of things, beings, creatures that have, iPads and stuff,
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
This took me about 15 seconds.
All right.
Come on now. Don't you dare. You just played for me.
The Garage Logic Podcast with the fake Mayor Joe Suchere. Euphorians are bad. Rookie thinks lawyers work in coffee shops. Reuvers talks too fast during his ads.
Did you type that?
Yep.
Mother effing, I quit.
Took me about 15 seconds.
Gonna be
I actually did a lot of it while I was reading my
replaced with
Awaken ad, too. Well, I was generating it anyway.
And what AI
Wait.
factory did you send it to?
Wait a minute. I got a great idea for bumpers.
No, I'm way ahead of you.
We can make our own bumpers with bumper songs.
Shh, you should stop talking while other people can hear.
No, let me ask you something.
Talk to me, Goose.
What app is that?
It's just the AI song generator. I'm going to make millions, and I'll listen to the show every day.
Right.
Well, it was kind
See you
of
at
a
the
cool
airport.
song.
I know, because I'm really good at what I do.
You didn't have anything to do with the song.
Who was singing it?
Barbara Mandrell.
Barbara Mandrell. That's the first name that pops into your head?
Garage Logic Podcast with the fake Mayor Joe Suchere.
She's mispronouncing my name.
Euphorians are bad. Rookie thinks lawyers work in coffee shops. Reuvers talks too fast during his ads.
So there you go. There's your future of music, ladies and gentlemen. Reuvers. I like that.
I'm
I
gobsmacked. I'm
Really?
gobsmacked.
There's also an AI generator that you can feed somebody's music that they've made, and then it will make a song depending on their songs that you've put in there. So people will make like a Jimi Hendrix song that was never released, or an Amy Winehouse song that was never released.
Yep.
But they didn't actually write or sing it.
They'll take the Amy Winehouse song that the computer is digesting and make a new Amy Winehouse song.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you understand that, Joe? Should
No,
you just
I
give
don't.
up and go?
Yes.
Oh my God.
What?
I am 100%.
Are we going to become millionaires finally?
I don't know,
Yes.
maybe. I am 100% going to do Corn Dog Blues into this.
Prono Pup Blues. We've changed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Well, whoever the sponsor is.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no,
But they're
100
not the sponsor today, so go ahead with Corn Dog.
No, we're
if you-
doing Prono Pup Blues because they've been loyal to the show over the years. We're 100% doing that. Okay, we'll take your suggestions now.
Right.
Well, I want you to do this. No, do it. And State Fair, big crowds.
Marjorie?
It's hot out. It smells bad.
We should have a Marjorie Johnson song.
Well,
It can't be rock and roll, though. It's got to be more of a ballad.
More of a symphony style song
Right.
from Marjorie.
Cupcakes, cookies, scones.
How you doing
and
over there, Joe?
breads. Something like that.
where are we today in our travels with the Lymans? Shall we find out?
They're not in Bora Bora.
Weren't they on the boat?
They're on Ishpulambaga.
They're cruising south again. They're southbound and down on the Atlantic Ocean in international water. They're out of the port now, and they're off the west coast of Namibia.
No, that's the stock price Rook was trying to look up yesterday.
That was what I was looking up. It's a coffee house.
It was on this day,
Joe, today is Veterans Day, November 11th.
well, long before Veterans Day, on this day in 1856, 13 New Ulm residents established the state's first chapter of Turnavarine. Turnavarine motto
that?
is "A sound mind is in a sound body," and members sponsor social, educational, and physical events. I think that at one of those meetings there would have been hijinks. That's
Most
what
likely.
That's what I think.
I hope so.
You know. On this day
Joe, today is November 11th.
in 1859, the Athenaeum, a structure dedicated to educational features and social events for Germans, opened in St. Paul.
A what?
I'm pronouncing it Athenaeum. Athenaeum. Atheneaeum.
And what is it?
It's an auditorium for you, okay?
Got it.
On this day,
Thanks for dumbing it down.
yeah, on this day in 1865, Christ, you try to give them the real word.
I
and you-
mean,
on this
9.
day, on this day
November 11th.
in 1865, Sakpadan, Little Six, and Wakan Ozenzan, medicine bottle, leaders in the U.S. Dakota War of 1862, were executed at Fort Snelling.
oh,
In December of 1863, they had been captured in Canada by Major Edwin A.C. Hatch, who had no authority to retain them, and returned to the United States for trial.
what a dink.
Should have just let them go.
Let him go.
Athenaeum.
Thank you.
What did I say? Athenaeum?
Athenaeum.
You got to say it a little more.
Athenaeum.
Athenaeum.
Well, there's an N though. A-N. Athenaeum. See
We will ask the questions.
if she says the N.
She says Athenaeum. That's how I typed it into the pronunciation
Well, you
guide.
forgot the N. It's
No, I did put it
A-N,
in there.
A-N. Athenaeum.
Athenaeum.
Well,
Do you remember that fun German knock-knock joke?
No.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
We will ask the questions.
On this day
November 11th. That's pretty good, huh?
in 1919, isn't there a root beer called
Oh,
1919?
the best.
Good.
Is root beer a plant-based beverage? Is there a
Yes.
beer root or something?
Yeah.
Or some kind of root?
What kind of root?
Gabe's a root beer guy.
I love root beer.
I haven't had root beer for a long
Oh,
time.
Killebrew, 1919.
Hires.
Dad's,
Hires. Wasn't there a Hires?
maybe.
Hires root beer.
A&W.
A&W.
A&W's okay. That's kind of,
There's an A&W in Mountain Lake where you can pour your own into the jug. You know where Mountain Lake
that's
is?
kind of fun. I'd like somebody to do that
Near
for
St.
me.
Cloud.
No, it's down by on your way to Wyndham.
On this day,
Where Joey D was the sports director in Wyndham.
Nice.
on this day,
November 11th.
doing this?
in 1919, the American Legion, a veterans organization, held its first convention in Minneapolis. The convention began on November 10 and ended on November 12.
Huh.
On this
Pretty
day,
long convention. huh?
oh boy, I forgot about this.
November 11th.
On this day in 1940, what struck?
The
The
storm.
Armistice Day blizzard struck, trapping
Oh,
hunters
yeah.
at lakes and drivers on roads. You know, I think this stirs the same kind of wondering as the Edmund Fitzgerald, because it's a dark and stormy night story.
Yeah.
It happened so fast.
Yeah. 49 people died when temperatures suddenly dropped from the 60s to below zero. Pilot Max Conrad of Winona earned hero honors for taking his Piper Cub up into 50-mile-an-hour winds to drop supplies and lead rescuers to trapped hunters.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that comes up every year on this day.
I know, but I didn't realize that they were.
This is the
trapped.
one too where the kids got caught getting home from school, right? That same one.
Well, I think it was so bad at times that people could get lost between the back door of a farmhouse and the barn.
Right.
If it was snowing enough, you'd have that clothesline.
But in the city, it started out as a 60-degree day. We've all experienced those days.
Oof.
Where the temperature drops.
On this day, boy, am I experiencing one now.
I know. I'm telling you.
On this day,
November 11th.
in 2011, Niji Radio, which served the White Earth area, hit the airways for the first time. The station is owned by the White Earth Land Recovery Project. On this day in sports disappointment history.
Who did we lose to on November 11th, Joe?
Well, in 2001, Randy Moss verbally abused a team corporate sponsor on the team bus and was fined and required to attend anger management. I don't remember who he was abusing.
Will not reveal that particular person right now.
Why?
Because
It's part of the story.
it led to a lawsuit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Randy for you, isn't it?
Yeah, Randy was a little juvenile. Great player.
But he seems to have straightened out.
He's a really good studio analyst for football.
Yeah. Is he done being a screwball?
Oh, for sure. Well, he's 50. I mean, you'd think he'd
yeah,
grow
but a
up.
lot of those guys don't grow up.
That's true.
He did. Yeah, he grew up. All right. The purpose of Veterans Day is to honor all American military veterans for their service, patriotism, and sacrifice during both times of war and peace. Unlike Memorial Day, which specifically remembers and honors those who died in service, Veterans Day is a celebration intended to thank living veterans for their contributions.
That's why it's important to put the flag up, because the people who fought for you and are still alive could drive by and see it.
Agreed. What? What are you looking at me for? I didn't serve. JROTC, do I get a flag? Cretan High School? Guess not. PFC?
Thank you, Steelers.
I'm working up to it, Chris.
I got out sophomore year. But I was a hell of a marksman. I was a marksman first
Goodbye
class.
from Breaking Rust.
Yes.
Let's have Broken Rust take us out.
Or the pancake song? You have the pancake
No,
song?
I do not.
Okay. Hey, do us a favor.
Go Winhawks.
Speaking of social media and YouTube, you should subscribe to all of those channels. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And you can see us where you can watch the show each and every single day, by the way, right around noon. And also sign up for the Daily Logician. That's an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day. And it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today at garagelogic.com.